Hi everyone. I just wanted to share with you my experience recently. I was woken up in the middle of the night, 4 in the morning, by a notification for an email. I normally have my phone switched off, but for some reason I left it on, and I had this notification and I was like half asleep and I heard it and I saw the subject heading and it said "The End." So this email notification for "The End" actually came from a very dear friend of mine. I'll call him CIA in Australia. So it freaked me out when I saw this email because I thought, what's going on? Is CIA okay? I mean, the end, I thought, is he all right? So I sprung up and, I was a bit more lucid and I clicked on to my email and I read that the actual full heading was "The End Tour 2023." And I thought, what's this about, right? And CIA didn't write anything. He just sent me a link and I saw that the link actually said, "The End Tour 2023 Explosions in the Sky." So I clicked on it and then I realized it was Explosions in the Sky's announcement that they were kicking off a world tour this year. So it wasn't bad news after all, right? So I was like so relieved. And I saw that Explosions in the Sky was going to be doing, 27 gigs in America and in Europe. So that was really exciting. It kind of sunk in. I thought, wait a minute, the End Tour, does this mean that they're breaking up? So I emailed CIA right away. I said, hey, are they breaking up? And he said, good question. I have no idea. So let me explain. CIA, he's a super fan. He's like a super groupie of Explosions in the Sky. He's traveled, everywhere to watch them in concert. And it was all thanks to CIA that I was introduced to Explosions in the Sky's music. So it was, I would say, about 15 years ago. CIA sent me this link for a YouTube clip. And the clip actually was video footage shot on an 8mm handheld camera of a training sortie of a fighter jet, taking off, and a lot of aerials during this pilot's training exercise. And it was one of his last sorties, apparently, from Williams Air Force Base in Mesa, Arizona. So that video actually featured Your Hand in Mine, Explosions in the Sky's probably most famous song. So after I watched the YouTube clip and I heard the music, I just fell in love with Explosions in the Sky. And I managed to get practically all their CDs. So I want to share with you a couple of the LPs I have. And so I'll start with this one first. So this is their debut album. And what happened was they initially came out with a couple hundred copies, apparently, of their debut album on CD and provided them for free, distributed it to them, to people for free in an attempt to promote their band. So that was in 2000. So in 2004, they came out with a limited edition, a double LP of their debut album called How Strange Innocence. This copy I have is a 2019 remastered, repackaged LP, and it's absolutely fantastic. And I've read comments online, people saying that the 2019 remastered, repackaged double LP is so much better than the actual original CD album, apparently. So I was really happy to find this at my local record shop. So it's really great. And my favorite track on here is A Song for Our Fathers. And it's very atmospheric, moody. They use the sound of like a helicopter in the song, along with the way they play the drums. It sounds as though it's It's like soldiers marching. All the songs on here are great. A year later, they came out with this album. Those who tell the truth shall die. Those who tell the truth shall live forever. So this is a wonderful LP, and my favorite track on here is Yasmin the Light. I mean, like I said, like similar to the earlier debut album, all the tracks are fantastic, but my favorite is Yasmin the Light. So I'm really happy to have this. I bought this actually at another independent record shop. So I was really happy to find this. This is actually a reissue. My third LP that I have of Explosion in the Sky, and this came out in 2004, right? And similar to the previous LPs, they're fantastic. All the songs are great. My all-time favorite Explosions in the Sky song is Your Hand in Mine, and that's the song I mentioned earlier about the video of the fighter jet. Please check it out. What I'll do is I'll put the link to the actual link that CIA sent me, and that video was what introduced me to Explosions in the Sky. I find what is amazing is that their music, their songs, there are no lyrics, but each song is a story. Your Hand in Mine, that song, it's been featured in so many like ads, commercials, and whatnot, and I was just so happy to see it used in the trailer for this film that came out in 2007 called The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, and it's a film about this book that was published, based on the book published in 1997 by Jean-Dominique Bauby. It's an autobiography, and this is quite an extraordinary story. This is one of my favorite books. So Bauby was the editor for Elle magazine in France, and what happened was he suffered a stroke. He couldn't talk, right? He had locked-in syndrome, so he was able to dictate the text by blinking his eye to a carer, and then she meticulously and laboriously took down every letter, because every blink the sequence of the blink represented a letter in the alphabet. For the trailer of the film to feature one of my favorite Explosions in the Sky song, I mean, what could be better? So I just wanted to share that with you. And also I wanted to say that Explosions in the Sky, it's done so many soundtracks. Very exciting that they're going on tour this year, starting in the fall, in the autumn, and I'm just hoping I'll be able to catch them. And CIA, if you're watching, I hope that you'll be able to see them in concert, and thank you very much for the heads up on their concert announcement. So for those of you who are fans of Explosions in the Sky, I'd love to get your feedback and your experience with this fantastic post-rock indie group.